welcome to QuestJunkiesUK. It's a pleasure to be here with you today, and we are brought to you by the kind support of CZRPG, Phoenix Dice, Trollord Games, and Nathrax 3D Minis. Look out for your chance to win in our fabulous giveaways. Check the session for today's giveaway. And, of course, you can get yourselves a lovely discount over on their homepages using the coupon codes that will pop up in chat. Do not miss this amazing stuff. CZRPG with their beautiful encounter design, maps, a fantastic Patreon for you to join. Phoenix Dice, their incredible, sustainably produced, recycled packaging and everything. The wonderful Click-Clack Math Rocks, do check them out. Trollord Games with their incredible Castles and Crusades original system and lots of D&D content as well. And the beautiful 3D printed and beautifully painted, if you wish, minis of Nathrax 3D Minis. Absolutely wonderful stuff. Please check them out and let them know that the Odyssey sent you. Now, let us also say a huge thank you to the wonderful people over at Sirenscape. Amazing music and sound effects for your games, and just makes the whole experience a completely different level. Check them out, stuff for D&D, Pathfinder, Call of Cthulhu, other game systems, board games, science fiction, fantasy, everything you need. Link in chat for your chance to get a free trial of this amazing product. Now, let's get into the session. To adventure! Hello, wherever and whenever you are, and welcome back to QuestJunkiesUK, and welcome back to the far eastern southern shores of the Sea of Falling Stars. Ocean of Falling Stars? Sea of Falling Stars? Sea of Falling Stars. to the land, to the land of Chessenta, as we return here to our preview playthrough of Chessenta's Tyranny, an upcoming adventure from CZRPG, not yet released. So you're getting sneak peeks here. A massive welcome to everyone joining us already, and a hype train already. Thank you so much. Thank you to those of you joining us in chat already. Thank you there. Good to see you again, GM John. And it's a casualty as well. Thank you so much. And hype train. Jump on in there if you aren't already. Do give us a sub if you'd like to support the channel. All goes straight back into making all of this beautiful art and all these beautiful things, such as that lovely intro that you just saw, which is by that middle fella over there. Thank you very much, my friend, for that beautiful intro. Everyone do check out our friend QuestJunkiesUK over there. There's all their links. And if you want to get some beautiful art like this as well, here are our artists for this game. The wonderful Solatine and Sephiroth. Oh, I really just your Twitter's in there as well, Patch. Double plug.
Hey,
you're lucky. 2 for the price of 1 there. Yes, indeed, there's the beautiful character art was from Sephiroth and Solatine, and then the intro from QuestJunkiesUK there. Now, Last time we were here in Chessenta, our friends were exploring through the ancient tower that had once been a smuggler's den, had once been a lighthouse, and was now the lair of a cultist of unspeakable horror lurking somewhere in the depths of the lake. And they, dispatched with said cultist and the evil monster they commanded, met up again with their friends, Luce and Arius, who have disappeared again, as they want to do. A chaotic pair. Can't keep control of them. They will be with us soon, though, do not worry. And they headed up through the tower, discovering the rest of its secrets and laying to rest the ghost of the lighthouse keeper, who had been here in the building. And as they reclaimed the treasure to return to the town, of course, and the spirit of the lighthouse keeper, wanting to do good, wanting to set the record straight, imbued his cane with a certain magical power which Scuff is now brandishing in an intimidating fashion, shall we say? Just tapping it off tabletops and things. Hey. You there? Reese, I'm watching you. And then they headed back to the town and to their townhouse with their Dampier friend Fenicus. And before they had a rest, Carolyn had a long discussion with her Cori spirits, for she is Kalashtar, and they discussed their discoveries out at the tower. The discoveries and the history tied to these towers, which the Cori spirit, spanning over the generations as it does, filled in some of the gaps of the information there, telling Carolyn that it was those same people, the so-called Imaskari, who used the towers to bring peoples from other worlds who, in an early attempt, mistakenly dragged the Cori spirits from the dream plane known as Dalcor. And the Cori spirits ended up with voluntary symbiotic hosts in the world of Faerun here on Toril, and created the first Kalashtar in the Forgotten Realms, which are few and far between, but they do exist. One here, one somewhere south. I'm not sure. They were near Chult last time we saw them, but they were on the back of a rather rambunctious epic level dragon turtle, which was off to see the world, so we're not quite sure what's happening there. Anyway, hey, thank you for the follow, Pam. And as they settled down for the night, Carolyn stitching herself a new outfit, and Luce running around bothering people as they were trying to get to sleep. Luce actually finally tired of that and was off to sleep themselves, but they were beckoned out into the garden by a forest gnome, a planeswalker forest gnome of some repute, known as Eliwick Tan, who seemed confused and having lost something, desperately searching for something, and was retracing their steps, the people they'd met in recent times that they'd spoken to, including Luce. But Luce was unable to help them, and they carried on their way, heading to somewhere called Yon? Somewhere in the Feywild. Anyway, I'm sure there's nothing. As the night wore on, everyone had a relatively peaceful night with the ever diligent Dampier and Eater of Dreams, Fenicus, picking off those nasty nightmares and things and making you all have a lovely, peaceful night's sleep. And if you did not already, you may take a long rest. Hey, Adana.
Hells yeah.
Yes. Take your long rest there. As you waken with the dappled sunlight through the fairly heavy curtains that Fenicus keeps on this entire building. And although I don't think Dampier have the same sunlight sensitivity as their full vampiric cousins, but he just, he's a moody git. He's just a bit of an edgelord.
Yeah, he's just like, sunlight.
Yeah, when he bought the place, he threw out all the old curtains. He's like, I demand crushed velvet at once. And it is in this ostentatious edgelord of a house that you wake up rested and ready to sow some more chaos into the town of Merth, a place that you are hoping to take over and use as your base of operations as you undermine the tyrannical government of Chessenta. Now, let us meet said players, those that we have right now. Scuff, who are you? Who are you playing? And where are they at?
I am Malama. I play a character named Scuff, a human with a background within guardsmanship and protecting people. Now traveling with an unsavory bunch, thieves and others, the criminals, may I say, trying to overthrow a government. Now having found a wonderful cane after seeing off a person who found his way in life in the end.
This is why I felt the urge to, equip you to deal with the ne'er-do-wells that you've been lumped with here. Speaking of, yes, indeed. First and foremost, a practitioner of the forbidden arcane arts, multiple offender, Karen Skorov.
Multiple? I take offence to that. Hello, everybody. I'm Pat from QuestJunkiesUK, and today I'm portraying the sassy yet classy Order of Scribes Kalish Star Wizard Kaelin Sturgrove, who spent most of the last night having an internal dialogue with a sentient brain from another reality, and making some dapper new clothes, which, oh yeah, she's feeling good about that.
Win-win.
She's got a lot of perspective on life and goals at the moment, and well, we'll see. We might have a new Kaelin in some ways in this new outfit. Who knows?
Okay, thank you very much. And I promise to not call you a multiple offender ever again if you promise to only cast one spell a day.
Hi, I'm Kaelin, and I'm a multiple offender.
Noted.
And hi, I'm Aelin playing Reese, the constant offender.
Speaking of, yes, Reese, please.
Play Reese, the changeling criminal. Is he a bard? Is he a rogue? Who knows?
Everything.
Stealing, though.
Just all pretenses thrown out the window. Just honesty is the best policy, apparently.
He's opening up to the party finally with a crowbar.
I think we have to be careful. If you say, honesty is the best policy around loose, that's going to be a problem.
That's not gonna happen.
We could just speak our minds. It's like that Simpsons episode where Marge is like, "Oh, kids can be so cruel," and Bart's like, "Yay, thank you." It's like, it's like, we can. Okay. And then you just hear Lisa's voice, "Hey, Bart!" off screen. Okay. Anyway, sorry. Long ago. Right, welcome in everybody. I need to welcome everyone in chat there more formally, I think. Let me do so by doing this. Boop. We have a fantastic giveaway from the creator of Chessenta's Tyranny, CZRPG. If you would like your chance to win a fantastic one-shot location, which can be played as a one-shot or dropped into your campaigns as part of the fun, which we like to do here. Our tower adventures from the previous couple of sessions were from Cobalt Press, and we like to play all that kind of stuff from here and there and everywhere and give a nice mix of adventures and styles. We're having lots of fun with CZRPG stuff in our Ravenloft campaign at the moment, as they are doing some desert trials, as well as our Eberron group as well, enjoying some Cobalt Press stuff as they are venturing through various dungeons and things. So, if you would like some of that fantastic CZRPG goodness in your games, ! Enter in chat for the chance to win. Hey Charlie, how you doing, mate? Now, let us proceed. You awaken. The daylight, trying to claw its way on the edge of the heavy curtains, rested and ready to ferment, as Luce would say. You gather in the main room with its long dining table. It seems like they used to entertain quite a few guests in their day, and you... Hey, it's a casualty, good to see you again. And you gather there and decide what it is you want to do with your day. Which parts of the town do we want to undermine and make ripe for takeover? Now, do you remember, as you spoke with Charisse yesterday about the various options available to you, there were the various locals that could be persuaded to join your cause. There was the ex-Jedricks, the retired guardsmen, who were seemingly rather peeved with the current situation, who needed to be contacted. There was the possibility of making local distractions to lure Jedricks away, but that's something to be left for the day of the actual taking of the fort, you think, to lessen the guards' presence there. And there were various other options opened to you. Carolyn, as Patch and I had talked about, is being very interested by just what the deal is with that old geezer out in the shanty town, Tamim, and why he A, recognized Carolyn as an arcanist, and B, why he thought or had this map of magical towers in his possession. So, over to you as you gather at breakfast.
Morning, everyone. Do you all sleep well?
I think Carolyn probably walks in, like, fully dressed in new clothes and is like, "Oh, good morning, friends. I hope you slept well." And is just doing various twirls and poses.
As she does that, Reese Prestidigitation's little, like, sparkles around her, just for extra effect.
Where'd you get those? Those look nice.
Oh, I made them, darling. This is what I
Made
do
them?
when I'm... Yes, this is what I do when I'm not fomenting rebellion.
Got some hidden talents.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Maybe if you'd like me to make you something at some point, I absolutely can.
Can you do one for guys?
I do whatever the client requires.
I'll think of something.
Yes.
And if you
It's
ever
quite-
require coin for it, got quite a bit.
Oh, that reminds me, yes, I still have the, 2,000 copper and 1,000 silver from last night's little expedition. We need to sort that out and put it back into the town.
Right, the skiff has none of it. You so far taking none of the money.
Finicus is there with his boots up on the table, delicately just like dabbing at the corners of his mouth with a napkin, having a night of delicious sidetracks. And he says, there is a moneylender I am aware of that I could put that into more manageable coins.
That yes, we could probably do that. It's no problem for me currently, but the people that we give it to, they don't have a bag that's smaller on the outside like I do.
Or perhaps you are hoping to arm the rebellion with coins in socks.
Not a bad
That could be a good weapon.
I could make some socks.
Like a makeshift flail.
Wait, hang on, no. Some of this sounds silly. Just because Arius and Luce haven't woken up yet doesn't mean we don't have to fill in the silly for them.
Oh.
They'll
Yeah, I thought there was something
they will
missing
bring, as soon as they wake up, they'll bring all of that with them. So,
Finicus,
let's
Finicus
enjoy
was-
this civilized time.
if you wanted to head out, I think there may be a while. Luce was up to an ungodly hour.
No surprise there.
Why?
I don't think they slept very well, because most of it they were out in the garden, sleeping on the grass.
Am I the only one sleeping well these days? You're up making clothes, Luz is out in the garden.
I was sleeping well until Luce interrupted, and then I slept well again.
Well, I suggest we go and try to acquire some allies. I'm very interested in seeing these previous gendrakes.
Yes, I think it might be worth paying a visit to Little Tamim again. Remember the old man that gave us the map to the tower? Well, we've now been there and nearly died several times. Perhaps some further context is required if we attempt to venture there again.
And we could tell him that we put the spirit to rest. He might have known the person, you know?
Oh, yes, that's a good point.
That and might be neat to investigate some of the other towers as well.
Fair.
So Kellen pulls the map out. I was looking at the map last night, and I did notice. And she points out, like, how a lot of them are sort of placed. There is a pattern of sorts. So you see this bit here in the map where I've circled it. This seems to be, like, it could be nothing, but just, I guess, call it curiosity. I know it brings consequence, but you know, it's all like they're pointing towards this center point here that I've circled on the map. So,
Do we want to investigate the ones on the outside or that center point first?
I suggest we at least have a talk with Ultimine first. And if he also sees something curious about this, it might be worth investigating. It could be nothing, it could be wasting our time, but, you know, we have some time.
we do. Yes.
And it might
I'm
bring
in
in more
full agreement.
resources that could help whatever we're fermenting, as
So,
say.
Reese, you know, like, secret caches and stuff. Is this like what you guys would do for, like, hiding your ill-gotten goods? You would, like, make towers in, like, strange patterns and then hide it in the center? Is that, like, something you guys do?
Reese just sips his coffee and is like, just doesn't answer the question.
So tempted to make an insight check.
I'll take that as a yes.
Depends on how much free time we've got.
I assume a lot.
Yes, you do.
Well, it's been a few days. I have this new attire. Hopefully it will be safe for me to be out on the streets. Hopefully it will be safe for the other people as well for me to be out on the streets. I will try to not kill anybody.
Hooray.
As long as people don't start nosebleeding, it should be good.
I can see the confidence in your face. Brimming. Absolutely, yes.
Reese looks plenty confident in Carolyn.
Is that coffee sip again?
It's actually not coffee, it's fruit juice.
Okay.
It is beyond my coffee hours.
So yeah, you're heading out to the shanty town?
Let's do it.
Okay, so that was up here, number 26 there, in the north gate. So, you emerge onto the streets, and the hustle and bustle of Meth washes around you as the day here starts with the sun rising, and the catch is already starting to come in off the lake, and the various tradesmen are coming and going. As you walk through the town, you know, your townhouse is in the southwest corner, down near 23 there. You kind of make your way up that main thoroughfare, winding through the central square, which, yeah, whilst not as elaborate a market as during the festival, is still a main place for trading. Other things apart from the fish and all the lake produce, which is down on the docks mostly. And you see the multicoloured leaves of the Dassos, you know, the forest next to the fort, rustling in a soft breeze coming off the lake and shimmering in the sunlight of the early morning. And the northern gate stands wide as farmers come and go, workers heading out to the fields, merchants going out to buy some of the goods and things to bring back and sell, farmers bringing in crops to deliver to the people in charge, those in authority, as most of the farms have been seized by the state these days. And you enter out beyond the gates, and it doesn't take long as you drop off that main road for the sounds of the town and the village, everyone too, starts to dull and disappear behind you.
Anything we might eavesdrop on our way getting there?
Give me a perception check.
I would say 16.
Not bad, not bad. What kind of thing are you hoping to hear?
Any unrest, anything like any events coming around, just
Okay.
any new people in town, anything like that.
Okay. You... let's think. You hear of a skirmish that happened between some drunkards and the Jedricks from the fort. It seems some old-timers had a bit too much wine and were causing some trouble. You hear a couple talking about it, and in hushed tones, only with a decent roll there did you overhear this. And they were kind of dispering off down a side street, whispering about this. Hey, Dutch Dungeons. Thank you for the raid the other day. Sorry, Dungeons was raiding into us just as we were finishing. we got to do the raid train and carry it on going. Actually, I was on the browsing page looking. It's like, who can we raid into? Oh, Dutch Dungeons. Oh, there. Hello there. It's like just as I was about to raid into them, they got the counter raid. Good to see you. And you overhear these people talking about how these old timers had caused this ruckus, and it was a good thing that it was the Jedrick known as Carmil who was leading the party of Jedricks that were brought up against them, because they're known to be sympathetic to the locals and respect the old timers and the old guard, as it were, literally. And you remember that Carmil was the name of one of those unsatisfied Jedricks that you overheard in your rooftop prowlings a couple of days ago. Remember, you heard about the three. There was Tarnish, Radan, and Carmil. These three Jedricks that were tucked away, having a smoke in the back streets, thinking they were out of earshot of anyone and complaining about things. It seems it was that Carmil of that group that was in charge of the patrol that found these drunkards and got into trouble with them, but because it was Carmil, they didn't get in too much trouble. So, semi-confirming your sympathies there. Or their sympathies to your cause.
As we walk, Scuff's gonna keep an eye on the Jedricks of the area again, looking for patterns in movements and stuff. Nothing that what he sees.
Mm-hmm. Let's see if we can get any more information. 2 seconds. Give me an investigation check.
Will do. That's a 7.
Okay. It seems that there are more Jedricks on the street after some of them were accosted last night by these drunkards. So you do see Jedricks in lots of positions, but you don't think it's the regular schedule.
Makes sense. I'm sure someone else is laying low at the moment.
I'm sure there's a few people. think Kaelin's actually a bit nervous walking through the streets for the first time probably since the event.
The
So
event.
she's probably like, even though she's, she feels like she looks totally different, she's still walking behind everyone else and constantly just looking out, looking at everybody going past.
It's one of those
Just
things where you're
generally.
like, you're kind of trying to avoid attention and pull the brim of your hat down so far that you look suspicious.
I mean, because it's a bit of a dilemma really, because she the only reason she added a hat to her attire was for that exact reason, but she wanted to make it nice and flary, so she keeps her quill in her hat, which has a big long feather. So it does draw the eye a bit, so kind of catch-22.
So yeah, advantage on perception checks. Got it. Reese is probably like whispering advice in your ears, like walking beside your
I was
shoulder.
gonna
It's like,
say, yeah. Reese probably just like, if she lets him, kind of takes her arm, like, don't act suspicious. You got this. Nobody's looking at you.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
and
Yeah, she will absolutely let that happen.
Okay. And passing by the Dassos, you exit out through the gates. The guards just kind of nonchalantly leaning to the sides and just lazily looking over people coming and going, not too fussed at this time of day. And you veer off the path and into the rougher, more potholed alleyways of the shanty town, and the buildings become, smaller and more cramped and a bit more dilapidated. And you make your way back to where you met Tamim. Hey, Moonclad. Right back at you. You notice something immediately. The house that you met Tamim at, sat out on his porch there, trying to fix his shoes, is very kind of haphazardly boarded up. Across the door and the single window on the front. There are a couple of people in the street. Like, someone actually comes out of the house next to Tamim's with a basket of things.
Cautiously approach that person. Sorry to interrupt your day, darling.
Yes?
How long has this house been boarded up?
Oh, poor Tamim. God's rest his soul.
Oh, days, what happened?
Don't really want to speak of the dead, They're on their journey and they have their places to be. But I suppose it shan't be long. No, out of respect, nobody's wanted to take control of the property yet.
I'm sorry, this is a shock. I just spoke to him a couple of days ago. He seemed full of life and...
She looks confused. Oh, yes, of course, no one would want to move in after a couple of days, no. Tamim passed several months ago.
That can't be right. No, we spoke with him a couple of days ago. What?
I think upon hearing this, Kaelin will half panic just by a half second, and then will just be like, she'll pat Scuff on the shoulder. Do you know what? It wasn't Tamim, it was Matim. Oh, names are so funny, I'm sorry to interrupt your day, darling.
Perhaps you mean the shanty across the way, at the other side of the main road?
It could be. It's a bit like a maze, this place sometimes, isn't it? Don't you think?
wish I had the luxury of not knowing it like the back of my hand, I'm sure.
Well, yes, you do have lovely hands, by the way. We'll let you get back to your day.
Like cracked, calloused hands. It's like, what?
She'll quickly turn to the others, and
nods and moves away.
as she does, I will use my mind link ability to telepathically speak to... I can only do it to one of you. Okay. I'll do it to each of you in turn. Just sort of saying, well, that doesn't add up. We need to... I don't know, do we need to look into that house?
I think we should. We might find any clues on this, on why we're seeing people long gone.
Unfinished
Would be the first
business.
goal.
Reese, you saying?
Reese said, unfinished business.
Keep in mind, Scuff Cat's hair discuss individual conversations. So.
Yeah.
Well, it does say, actually, if I pick one of you specifically, then you can speak to me telepathically for the next hour, so...
Yeah. So we have to speak through you.
So we'll do the individual ones, and then I'll give one of you the ability for the hour. Whoever.
I mean, granted, Reese probably could have just said that out loud, like a thought.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Let's see if we try again. Got like a crowbar?
Does, other than the door being boarded up and stuff, like how is there any other differences that we pick up on?
Does it look like it's been uninhabited for a month?
It's difficult to say because they all look pretty, run down anyway. So
Like a level of like dust.
on the exterior, I mean, it's just inside maybe a different story. Sure.
And what if the person who claimed us to mean wasn't even from this town? What if it's a traveler pretending to be a person living here?
Reese changes his eyes from blue to green. Certainly possible.
I think Kellen will pull the brim of her hat down so that it's covering her eyes slightly, and will mutter under her breath, very, very quietly, just so you guys can hear, the verbal components for detect magic.
Okay.
Which she will use her ritual ability to cast it at a normal time.
Sure.
Just to have that up for the next 10... Is it 10 minutes? I think it's 10 minutes. Yeah. So I've got
So
that for 10 minutes.
the shack, is there a way in other than the board of the door?
There's a single window on the front as well, but it would be pretty conspicuous to go through.
Anyway, we could look around for other entrances, maybe?
It seems like just a tiny, almost like single room sized affair. There's just a little kind of opening in the corner of one up at the roof for smoke to escape. Covered with kind of half cracked and broken tiles to kind of keep the rain out directly, and then slightly raised up so the water would run off across the roof. But there's no. If you kind of squeeze around the sides, in the strange, bit of a gap, just full of kind of rubbish and broken bits and bobs. Between the next building and that one, there's nothing at the back.
Well, my question still stands. You have the crowbar?
I mean, I never leave home without it.
Now, I don't like breaking into people's houses, but this seems important.
Much like last time you were here, at this time of day, you think that most of the populace of this area are out in the fields, and much like when you met Tamim, the place is basically deserted. This person you spoke to just now seemed to be running late and was in quite a rush.
Scuff's gonna make a show out of it, pretending to be a Jedrick. He's been taught in the ways of policing areas. So he's gonna go over and use his cane to knock on the wall and basically make a show out of them wanting to inspect the house, having it look like it's all official.
Carolyn, Reese, as Scuff goes over and raps on the wall with the cane, Carolyn, with your detect magic, you see a surge of magic spark from the end of the cane and surge over the surface of Scuff's body. And Reese, Scuff seems a little larger, a little more imposing for a brief moment.
I think that cane suits you, darling.
Oh, thank you. I'm gonna take well care of it. Quick, get in there.
Nice and easy. Remember the last time we broke into a creepy old abandoned building?
Yeah, Reese
I
is just
prefer
gonna
not to remember.
carefully pry this open, trying not to make too much noise.
Centipedes. Okay. It's easy work. Doesn't need a roll.
Can I look for any sort of traps or anything to structural integrity issues as we open this door?
Okay, give me perception or investigation.
That is a natural 20 for 24.
Hell yeah.
If you go on, folks, let those phoenixes fly. You see that it's run down, but not in a treacherous way.
Does it seem like there's nobody here?
From first glance, yes. And you do see a floorboard just past the entrance that looks like it would make quite a noise if stood upon.
Reese points out the squeaky floorboard and is like, okay, avoid that. There you go.
And as queried before, once looking inside, there is quite a thick layer of dust. And almost a sandy texture where some of it's blown in under the door.
Maybe another spirit?
But he seemed real. And he gave us a map. Like he was a physical being, not... I don't understand this.
Physical beings can also affect the real world sometimes. If the energy is strong enough.
Carolyn,
Yes.
your detect magic's still going, right?
10 minutes.
There's a strange thing you haven't seen before. It's a faint residue, so nothing recent. As in, nothing last night. But there are occasional patches of magic across the floor. As if someone had walked across the floor, then used magic to fill the dust back in. So it's just like little evidences of magic being used to reform the dust, but where footprints would be. In that kind of spacing as well.
Can I see where they go?
Mm-hmm. To the far corner where the old fireplace is.
I think we need to have a look by the fireplace. I'm picking up something. Also, I think you know how you do the thing where you clean things.
Hmm.
That lovely spell
No,
that
yeah,
I need to learn
Mhm.
someday.
Like with a broom, yeah.
I mean, a broom's fine, but I think someone's done the opposite of that. I think this dust has been placed here.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about doing the exact same thing when we left. Don't want anybody to know we're here.
That's sneaky. We're
That's
here on
good.
official business.
Is he rolling intimidation against us?
No.
Tap, tap, tap. So, are you going to investigate? You will leave footprints of your own.
And Reese will use prestidigitation very sneakily to put the footprints away.
Sure.
Okay, let's do it.
As you enter and your eyes adjust to the gloom of the room, you see over by the fireplace in the far corner, away from prying eyes, a larger area has been returned to previous form, and it looks like there was a sleeping area or something, like a bedroll had been unrolled in the corner.
Well, it's not been abandoned for that long, has it?
Seems like I might have been right then. If, it just sounds as someone having lived here not too long ago.
Just be on guard. You know that feeling you get on the back of your neck when the hair stands up? Yeah, I've got that right now, and that usually means something's about to happen or I'm potentially about to die, so...
Regardless, I don't
Or somebody else
think
like me's in town.
you're
I
in
never
town, so
considered
yes.
that.
I don't think we've been talking to the real Tameen. Would it be... There might be records of Tameen somewhere in the in town. They usually keep records of the inhabitants of cities.
For people like those out here.
It's not
People
whoever
who
was
don't want to
here.
be found.
Those records probably stop at the walls.
That's fair.
I think Kellen figuring out what to do is just going to go, "Oh,
Ash Tigers. Yes?
not now, darling.
And Inky's like, yes?
Not now, darling."
Doesn't seem like there's someone here now. Reese, you don't see any patterns of like hidden trapdoors or any sneaky stuff here. Do you?
Can I look for signs of sneak thieves?
Give me investigation or perception.
It's funny because Scuff just knows about these things. He doesn't know how to look for them. He's just like, yeah, criminal, you know how these things work.
Y'all, different D20, another natural 20 for 20.
Woo!
22 for investigation, sorry.
Hell yeah.
Noted. You poke around the room, and near where the bedroll had apparently been, according to Carolyn, there is a an intentionally loose floorboard.
We're just gonna pry it up.
Okay.
I think Kellen will be. She'll summon Inky to her left hand, and she'll click her fingers, and the quill will disappear from her hat and appear in her hand, her right hand, and she'll
Ooh,
just
fancy.
be taking some. She'll be just taking some notes.
Okay. Reese, yes, you go down and you pull up the loose floorboard, and Carolyn, it's just before the explosion that your detect magic senses the glyph as it flares, and the glyph of warding explodes in the corner. Everyone, make me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Reese internally. Yeah, I deserve this. I didn't look for traps.
I was just like,
Mama taught me better.
really?
Oh.
Okay, I think you're sharing your high rolls. 22.
Excellent.
11.
Also
Okay.
22.
Okay.
We got you, Skiff. Don't worry.
Wouldn't be a rogue if I didn't have good deck saves. Wait.
So, sorry, so I got Carolyn's Scuff and Reese again, please.
11.
22.
Okay.
And 22.
Thank you. So, get one more of those. Okay. So, Carolyn and Reese take half. Scuff, you take the full brunt of this as the others dive out the way. And you're like, huh? Turn around as a glyph of warding goes off, and not great rolls. It could have been worse, I suppose. It's gonna be okay. Scuff, you take 18 force damage. Carolyn and Reese take 9 as this massive explosion goes off. And you hear the dull clang of a bell on the north gate. As it came from the shanty town.
Ow. We should run.
What did you run? Ow! Oh! What did you find? Oh!
Pain, apparently.
Less talky talk, more walky walk.
Oh shit! Let's head towards the graveyard. East side.
Is there anything that to like take from there?
Maybe once.
Well, that's
it got exploded.
Right, if we're gonna run, can I take us on that route that I discovered a few sessions back?
I think that was
The sneaky route?
That was in the town, wasn't it? So if you
I
can
mean,
get
Which way are we heading?
There is a graveyard to the east, isn't there?
that would go
7?
that would go past the gates, which is where you're hearing the
Oh,
sounds.
we're on the left side.
Yeah.
Okay, we could run into the farmlands.
That's where everyone is. Like,
oh,
it's where all the people are.
You think probably maybe looping around underneath the fort and the cliff face and back towards the west gate, maybe?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, or at least loop around that area, and we still haven't gone and talked to the farmers. We could potentially do that on that trip.
Let's let the heat die off first.
Yeah.
Look,
I'm
what
being
better
extra
place
careful.
to let the heat die off than drinking tea with a local farmer?
That's a great alibi. Reese
Ooh,
immediately
take it
changes like his eye color and hair color.
Okay. Do you, when you go out and investigating and doing things around town, do you carry those cloaks with you that you did when you saved the spellcaster?
Scuff would have forgotten to.
Okay.
Reese never forgets any sort of hiding thing.
Kevin?
She on as part of her attire, she does have like a long purple cape, but what she doesn't have on show is a collar that she can pop up quite high collar. So with the hat down and the collar up, you pretty much can't see her face.
Okay. So, are you heading to the fields or around the cliff face?
Being around the cliff face first, what do you guys think?
Yeah. Also,
Listen
since
till we hit.
Reese has ways of just changing his physical appearance, he's gonna give Scuff the cloak.
Okay. So,
Thank you.
you dash out of the building, and the dust and smoke from the explosion is still kind of slowly expanding out from the spot, so you are masked from view from the gate, and you dash to the west towards the large bluff of stone reaching up towards the forest above, and going into that big farm there with the well in the center.
Let's see which ones. I'm unsure if that would be too close.
Mm-hmm. So
I was thinking the one
perhaps over here
further
with the-
to the top
with
left. Yeah, that one. Yeah,
with the windmill. Mm-hmm.
yeah. I was thinking that one instead because that's far enough away that we would have a good alibi, and they probably also wouldn't have heard explosions, so they wouldn't be on tow.
You will have to make a stealth check because the Jedricks on the north wall of the fort will be looking out in that direction. So make me a group stealth check, please.
Can I argue for intimidating them into thinking they didn't see me?
Not from this distance. Oh, where do we lose?
The best way is the
I lost
Patch. Not that.
Patch.
What? What? Get back here, Sturgrove. Sorry, everybody. Ah. Oh. Aylin's hiding. Sturgrove again. Sturgrove. Yeah. Let's bundle everyone up a bit here so we can see Aylin. There's a big angry sea elf. And the good boy. And our delinquent wizard. Okay. My internet died. Rude internet. Okay.
Good.
So I shall do Sturgrove's stealth check. You two roll yours, please.
Hey.
Oh, and
25.
also, I think this is the ideal time for both of your spins of the wheel to kick in. Don't you?
Oh yeah, that would be a good time now, wouldn't it?
So, Scuff.
Yep.
Did I go? Oh, I don't think it's on the screen. No. No, because I had to jump to this big group screen with the delinquent internet here. Sorry, everybody. 2 seconds. Let me go and grab that. Da-da-da-da. Got it. And put it there. And here. Okay. So, folks. So, a spin of the wheel for Scuff. Gives us... Whoops, all wisdom, Scuff. So I think your very wise idea is to blend in with the farm folk.
That was very wise.
Very wise, very wise. Okay, And for Reese, whoops all Constitution. So,
Ooh.
so Scuff, you may max your Wisdom to 20, and Reese, you can max your Constitution to 20.
You love to see it.
Enjoy for a while. Okay, let's get those stealth checks.
25.
Nice.
I had a 6. Oh, sorry, 8.
8.
8. I have disadvantage on this because I wear heavy clang armor.
Do you wear that all the time though? Like even when you're just like walking around town like this, it'd be a bit conspicuous.
He'd be wearing some of it, enough to definitely get him the disadvantage.
Okay.
He doesn't feel comfortable walking around without, at least some protection.
Okay. Be careful with that. That's gonna raise questions sometimes. Because like none of the locals, apart from the Jedricks, have armor on. Come on, D&D Beyond, I want to see.
I'm waiting for that.
Has he come back? Not yet. Oh, there we go.
This would be the perfect time to interrogate Reese. I have really good insight now.
Wait, Stargrove, behave.
Yeah, that explosion seemingly destroyed my broadband.
Hey, Tokituba. Chessenta indeed. Stealth check, please.
What? What's
Stealth.
happening?
You're slinking off towards the farms.
Okay.
I rolled an 8, so roll high.
Do I have advantage? Can I have an inspiration crystal?
You do have a
Yes.
crystal? Actually, yes, Scuff,
Okay,
you have
I'm
a
gonna-
crystal too if you want to use it.
I'm gonna use it.
It doesn't help because I'm still disadvantaged, so it's not gonna help.
Okay. First roll was a 2 on the dice. So thanks to that inspiration, that's an 18 on the dice for a total of 21.
Nice.
I will
Okay.
slow us down.
A little bit of a clink clank here, but still an average of 18 across the board. So not bad at all. Their spins of the wheels kicked in as well there, Carolyn, and they got oops all wisdom and oops all con, so they're doing okay.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, that's right, Tokituba. Welcome in, good to see you. It's nice to have adventures over on this side of the world, eh? From time to time. Okay, so you stealth through that farm buildings there, making your way behind those two kind of storehouses next to the cliff face, trying to keep close to the stones and rocks so that the vantage point of the guards above cannot see you. I am going to roll a perception check for the guards, but I do have a disadvantage crystal. Woo! So that makes it a 3 on the dice.
Wow.
So, thank you, dear viewer, whoever that was, that helped our friends escape. As you make your way past the... and you do see farmhands and things kind of like looking confusedly towards the shanty town amidst those farm buildings there. And then you slink off through the property and over to those trees, like over here on the outskirts of the farm. And then slowly making your way across, thank you CZRPG for this, to the rocks there, and then the trees there, and then the trees there.
While we have a little bit of cover, Reese is gonna do a little bit of healing so that we don't look as suspicious.
Fair.
What do you mean? I'm just bleeding out over here. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Probably. I mean, what? What hit points are you at?
4
Uh,
HP.
4.
Yep.
I'm on 3.
Yeah. Reese is at half health.
I like how you took half, but Scuff still has more HP than you.
Yeah, exactly. I'm a delicate lady.
The Squishy Wizards.
So
Renowned
Carolyn
Squishy.
gets 11 back. Scuff gets 12 back.
Ooh,
Reese
nice.
gets 6. So I will take the less of the heals there.
Yeah, you can just constantly precipitation the blood away anyways.
Yeah, just a little bit of cleanup on everybody as well, with a little bit of prestidigitation. We were never there.
Okay. So yes, you slip through the cover, various parts of cover across that open ground there towards the cluster of buildings and the towering windmill that pops up above the trees, and then even more so as a creak and a spin as the sails are active and moving around there. And there does not seem to be as much as a kerfuffle over here, so yes, you think maybe they are unaware over this side of things. You can't see anything from where you are, but peering through the grounds, it does seem that there's a gateway to the north to get in. What would you like to do?
We've gone this far.
Shall we
Yep, let's
try
just
the front door?
head around. Front door seems the most viable, and also, you know, we're just coming here on a visit, you know, so nothing suspicious.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Theme song.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you're gonna curl around to the top.
Definitely are.
Are you keeping looking as you are, or are you not throwing back the hoods and things once you get that up there?
I think we
Let's
can.
go for the throwback to the woods, yeah.
Yeah. So once you curl around that last kind of stand of trees in the north of the farm property there, and are out of sight of the fort, good and proper, you kind of throw those back and walk upright and march boldly towards the gates, which are wide open, and you can see.
Think, just to add an extra bit of flavour, as Kaelin, she pops her collar back and then she unbuckles something on either shoulder, and the collar and the sleeves of her top just like fold away into the back of the cape, so it's now like a sleeveless top.
That's it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to commission you for something like that. It's amazing.
Let's see.
I dabble.
As you make your way out of the trees towards the gates, you see a young girl in maybe 9-10, in a simple smock, bare feet, just kind of gathering some stray bits of leaves and hay that have blown in overnight and onto the property, and has a armful of it under one arm, and she looks up and she's like, "Mama, Mama!" and she goes running off south towards the buildings, towards that one with the smoke coming out the chimney. It's a very detailed map of ours here. And you see,
Scuff's gonna
yes,
like present himself properly, stand up straight, and await Mama to come back out.
okay, and you see that building there, this sturdy-looking, rustic farmhouse. Is there anything other than rustic for farmhouses? I want to see like a postmodernist all-glass farmhouse.
Yeah.
This building with daubed walls of heavy clay and wooden shingles on the roof, and a sturdy stone chimney with smoke curling out the top, and beyond it the blue-roofed hexagonal building of the windmill, with the sails on the opposite side to you, spinning at decent speed in a stiff breeze coming off, as I said, it's coming from the east, from the lake. And you see who seems to be the head farmer here. So there's a weird thing, like, you've all got headphones on, but I can hear myself from someone. What's that coming from?
Weird. I'll try to turn everything down here and see if that does something.
I wonder. Someone got like a microphone so good that it's picking up me from their earphones, from their headphones. It's not horrible. It's just a tiny little thing in the back. I haven't noticed before. Okay. Anyway, you see this large woman with dark trousers and a heavy leather apron with various pockets and things, and her sleeves also rolled up, Carolyn, but much larger arms than yours, and her hair strawberry blonde, just kind of tied back in a rough knot with a big big pin through it, basically. Looks like it's like a big chopstick just stuck through it, and she turns and looks up and grabs a rag from the windowsill, wipes off her hands. Good day. Not hostile, but she looks cautious. And she eyes Scuff with his armor.
Makes sense. Good day, ma'am.
Is there a problem?
No, not at all.
We delivered our quota, the flour. We milled it and delivered it this morning. It should have arrived. Was there a delay? Some misfortune?
No, you're all okay. You're all fine. Don't worry.
Then what is it? She kind of looks a bit more confident.
We are simply coming by for a visit. As someone trims the something over there with a machine. She was stopping by for a visit. We would like to have a talk.
Our taxes are paid. We only have what we have for the family.
Not a bad talk. A good talk. May we come in?
Sorry, you'll forgive me, but you do not make social calls.
I think Kellen will interject at this point. Apologies. I know my friend here can be a bit forthright. My partner and I, gesturing over to Reese, we're new to the area, and we've come into quite a bit of wealth, and we were looking to invest into some local business, so to speak. And well, we thought we'd start with where the farmlands looked particularly inviting, and I have to say, out of what we've seen so far today, this looks like a very wonderful place you have here. We just wanted to chat, that's all.
It's all well and good, but it means not that this is not our property anymore.
Yes, I understand that, and I'm aware of this particular plight with a lot of people. It's one of the reasons why we wanted to talk, really. Because there could be an opportunity where the property could be yours once again.
Either way, get out of the sun. It will swiftly lose the cool of the day.
No, it's very kind, and we are fortunate to have come across your kindness.
Irini, fetch your brothers. Yes, Mama. The girl skips out. And she gestures to a bench that's in the shadow of the trees to the north of the building, just tucked in amongst those 4 trees there, and the fence and the building of the wall. And there's a rough wooden table between some benches there. Looks like a nice kind of like outside eating spot. Have a seat. I'll be right with you.
Thank you.
Can I insight check her just to see how she's buying this play we're running right now?
Please do.
22.
22, okay. She seems nervous because of the kind of authority figures around and curious. But yeah, no, not lying, you would say.
I think Kellen will probably say in earshot of the lady, will say to Scuff, "Be a dear and wait outside for us. We're just going to have a chat, and then yes, we'll come and speak to your officials and blah blah blah." And then we'll turn to the lady. You know how it is, all these official stuff. Yes.
Scuff will nod and say, "I will. Let me know if you need any help." And he'll step to the borders of the farm, standing right outside the front entrance.
Just up by the gate?
Yep.
Okay. And I mean, she gestured to the outside still there, Carolyn. She was gesturing to that table and chairs, the benches under the trees. Yeah. And the two of you take a seat there. Scuff, you're going to go up by the gate? You're still within earshot if anything happens. And you kind of stand there looking out, and you see a great number of workers in the fields all around you, labouring away under the sun, doing what looks like pretty back-breaking work in the fields there. And Carolyn Reese, as you sat there, the woman comes back out with a pitcher of water and some rough earthenware cups.
Oh, do you know, that's exactly what we need. Oh, we are absolutely parched. Thank you, darling.
Indeed, thank you for your hospitality.
We are fortunate to have a well on the property. It is simple but refreshing. And she pours for both of you and herself. And Irini, the daughter, comes running back. And she's like, "Irini, take one to the Jedrick." And she passes a cup and has her run off to Scuff up at the gates there.
Oh, thank you, little one. Very kind of you.
Pleasure. And Karen, Reese back with you. So, if you'll forgive me, we are very busy. What is it that you want?
Well, we're trying to... Well, I suppose it's... I'll turn to Reese and say, well, since he's out of the way now, we can probably speak a bit more freely, can't we?
Likely.
You know what these Jedricks are like. They're always trying to push people down and all this sort of stuff. Well, we're trying to, if anything, she's like attempting to come across as like uncomfortable. We're trying to inspire some hope in a town that has long since lost its hope.
Eyes narrow a little. I'm sure everyone is getting by as best they can. And the Jedricks merely do their job, answering to those above.
They do, and yes, a lot of them do well, but there are rumours, whispers on the wind, if you will, that certain activities of Jedricks go unnoticed, unseen, deliberately. It's always...
As well as rumours that the people aren't doing quite nearly as well as they might.
Yes, just on our way through this morning, we walked through the shanty town. Have you seen it? Those people do not look well.
They are scraping by. We do what we can. We pay them fairly.
But you see, I grew up on stories of this great town, of how everyone had an abundance of wealth and there was peace and prosperity and no one went hungry through the night, no child was left unsafe. I was so excited to come here, and then we've arrived and I don't get that feeling. This is why I want to speak to the people, to see how they truly feel, and not hear the lingo that the Jedricks have given them to say, if that makes sense.
Make me a persuasion check.
I will indeed. $12.
Okay. So just checking the module, the upcoming module from CZRPG, and the good news, as you can check once it is published, is meets it, beats it.
Oh,
Quote unquote. A DC 12 persuasion check.
amazing.
She plonks down heavily on the bench across from you and puts her elbows on the table, her well-muscled arms clasped at the hands, and rests her chin on her hands. You remember what it once was, before his bosses took over.
Precisely.
Now, none of us own our farms anymore. We were quite prosperous before the benevolent state took over. And
This is what we heard.
a couple of older lads, older than the daughter, probably about 16, 17, but, you know, farm lads, so decent sized fellas, come over and you hear them. Mother? And she looks up. Never mind, boys. The pigs can stick to their regular food.
Oh, gracious.
She smiles. It was slightly in jest. Slightly.
Yeah.
Partly. And the boys are hefting like pitchforks and like, yeah, farm implements. And they're like, they look a little concerned still, but she's like, now, don't go using this as an excuse. Back to your own chores. And they nod. And they come and they grab a cup of the water and knock it back and then go back to what they were doing in the south of the farm. They're good boys. Protective of their old ma.
Naturally, you've raised them well.
I needed them to pull their weight. It's just the four of us.
I think you do a remarkable job between the four of you.
We have the hired help, but, yes. As much as the state allows us, we are getting by.
Yes, that's what was on our minds. It's just not right, is it? I can't believe it's been this long and nothing. No one has stood up to this. No one has made a stand.
It's the mercenaries, isn't it? The government brought in all of the mercenary bands to ride roughshod over the old local guards, the Jedricks, and nobody dares. You heard what happened in the north, I assume? A whole city put to the sword.
These are indeed troubling times. Now you
Mercy,
see the
they
vibe.
call it, don't they?
Well, it's not just the four of us, to be fair. Some of the old guard looks in from time to time.
See, the thing that I've picked up from speaking to the people of this place is that this has gone on for that long that people seem to see the Dedricks as untouchable, as this unstoppable force, and have to bend to their will. But
What would you have us do?
here's the thing. They're not unstoppable. Did you hear about what happened a few days ago? In the streets. One of them was killed. And I won't specify how, but the means of which it happened. Well, let's just say that the regime wouldn't look particularly fondly of it. So there are people here in this place that can and seemingly will stand up to this.
Not to mention all those little pop-ups of chaos that keep rattling the Jedricks.
This is the thing, if everything was as rosy as the Jedricks would have you believe, there wouldn't be any need for them. But they're out there every day and every night, taking people in, being aggressive. That doesn't sound very peaceful, does it?
Don't tar them all with the same brush.
Not at all.
Even
not at all.
out here in the farms, some of the nautical terms from the docks come through clearly. There are some good lads in there.
This is very true.
My oldest was to join the Jedricks until their father passed. And then we had to have him back.
I'm very sorry for your loss.
Happens. Tragic.
Far too often.
Tragic windmill accident. I'm not sure. Not sure what that is.
I'm not sure I want to ask.
No.
Sounds brutal.
Yeah. If there's an accident with a windmill, you don't want to ask details.
No.
Hopefully it was the sails and not the millstone. We've seen how dangerous a millstone can be in Candlekeep Mysteries. You, you seem awfully knowledgeable about these misfortunes.
I just have a keen eye and a keen ear, shall we say.
Insight check. 3.
You seem totally honest.
I see. Well, there's not much we can do about it, is there? There's no weapons. We can't defend ourselves. We can't...
And the boys look pretty handy with a pitchfork.
It's fine against petty thieves. Those that would steal our grain or flour, but against armored and armed Jedricks in a fort?
Just gotta think smarter, not harder.
And like you said, it's not all Jedricks.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, I'm not one for being knowledgeable about hierarchies, but I assume that a lot of the people that give out the commands to the Jedricks are the type that would sit in their thrones, getting fat off the produce of the land, and, well, generally not doing much walking about, so to speak.
Not at a local level.
Precisely.
But stir up enough dust, and I guess you can even draw the attentions of, well, you know.
Well, I can't say I know what you're alluding to or thinking of trying, but it'll be for naught unless you have some trained individuals, long in the tooth though they may be.
While we're here, is there anything we can do for you?
Oh yes, simple. Bring down the regime and return things to how they were. Deal?
Maybe a little help in return, but it's the plan.
Well, my cousins and I would certainly prefer to have things as they were. The name's Ninir. Ninir Boras. And you remember hearing that Boras was the name of one of the large farms inside the walls as well. And she mentioned her cousins. Look, my cousins and I would, as I said, support any efforts to be made where it's sustainable, where we're not immediately to be crushed and put to the sword like those in the north. But, as I said, you need training, you need tough veterans. You...
If we can convince the veterans, maybe they can train you and your cousins to use what you've got.
Ah, yes.
I'm sure that muscle is not just for show.
If only some sort of training was going on. She grins knowingly.
Such a world that would be.
You think this muscle is misplaced. This is from hard work. But let me put it this way. The town's librarian has no business being so large.
Oh.
Swolbrarian.
It's a librarian barbarian.
Yes. And yes. Well, yeah. Want to talk to him, perhaps. But anyway, as I was saying, prove to us that Hilakabos is with you. Then we will be ready. Hilagapos. They were the original guard of the Jedrick. Perhaps they'd even turn your tour guides there. You bark an order loud enough. It works on teenage boys and armored boys alike.
Kellen will reach into her bag and will put something down on the table, keeps her hand over the top of it. Consider this a gift of a fine meeting with fine folk, with just dreams.
Scuff.
Mm-hmm.
Standing at the gates, you see a column of dust coming along the trail from the main road. And it soon becomes properly visible as a detachment of Jedricks marching in formation. Some of them peel off towards the farm closer to the shantytown. Another set peels off to the north to some of the people in the fields there. And the remaining 3 come marching towards you. Hey, GM Workshop. How you doing, mate?
So just gonna take the oh, they've had him just like stuff it in his backpack so it's properly hidden away.
Sorry, what are you hiding?
The cloak.
Cloak? Okay.
Just
So you-
properly stuff that way.
Keeping your armor visible?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And he's gonna stand up by the gate, and before they come around properly, he's gonna do a quick little "We have company."
Upon hearing that, Kellen will lift a hand from the table where she has now placed 5 gold coins for the new friend of ours.
Okay. Ninier nods, scoops them into one of the apron's pockets, and says, "Perhaps you should be inside?"
I think so.
It's much cooler out of the sun.
Of course.
Less heat.
Definitely.
Thank you.
And you manage to weave through the trees and into the house before the Jedricks get anywhere near close, with Scuff's warning there. And she stands up and goes over to the front of the house and starts busying herself as if she was working like before. Scuff is distracted by food. Nope, a sword?
I've got a cane.
A cane, okay. Indeed. Could be useful.
Skiff is ready.
The Jedricks march up towards you. You feel a certain sense of relief when you see they're not high-ranking officers. They're lower level members of the force. And they come over and they look curiously at you.
Skiff salutes them.
And they
Welcome to this.
kind of curiously salute back. Who are you and what are you doing here?
I've been here on a routine visit, checking in on the local farmlands, making sure their dues are paid and everything's been safe.
Hailing from where?
I am part of the mercenary gang. We arrived here a couple of weeks ago. Do you not remember me?
No.
Well, wouldn't surprise me. I have a pretty generic face. I blend well in amongst others. Sorry, has there been a upset? I've seen many of you walking around. I'm just about to leave from this place.
Give me a persuasion check.
Will do. That is a 17.
It seems. Okay. They kind of seem sort of like strange that we were not informed. Which of the companies are you with?
Let's go to know any names of the companies that would be in
Yeah.
this area.
All of them. Yeah, you'd know all of the different names.
Okay.
Do.
If you don't have them, I can make up one.
It's okay, I got it. There's a very, very specific set of them, so let's give them their due. Chessenta, there we go. You could be from the All-in-One, the Faceless, or the Deathbringers.
He'd definitely be from the All-in-One. So
The All-in-One.
I hail from the All-in-One squad.
Really? You are left here after the festival?
Yes. They saw a couple of strange things happen in this place. Magic being cast, and we all know what we think about magic. Other things happening too. We've seen strange movements of things in the shadows. They left us here to me and my buddy here in order to help you guys out, figuring out what's going on, finding whoever these charlatans are.
Perhaps it's as well you didn't leave. There is still shenanigans afoot. There was an explosion.
Shenanigans.
An explosion in the shantytown, just outside the north gate. We are here to question everyone, see if they have seen anything.
Well, that's horrible. When was this?
Oh, just a short while ago. You did not hear it?
No, I did not. I was inside here talking with the lady and her sons.
Well, out of the way. Let us question them.
Oh, there would be no need to question here. The lady has been with me. If the explosion was recently, that it couldn't have been.
We are looking for the perpetrators. We want to search the outhouses and buildings.
Oh, of course.
Then step aside.
Allow me to go accompany you. More eyes are convenient.
Oh, you seem to be doing such a good job of guarding the gate.
Fair enough.
They kind of smirk to each other. Make me a perception check.
Will do. That's a natural one. I will roll D100 too.
One of them.
See what happens.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Oh no. Oh no.
Here comes the problem.
Excellent.
Oh boy.
69. Nice.
Nice! Had to happen sometime.
Had to happen today.
Okay.
Yep, there we go.
On the fighter table, as they walk away, and one of them murmurs something to the other.
I really hope this now just reads nice.
Choose someone that can hear you. one of the Jedricks, the mother, or the one of your two friends, because they can hear you inside. Da, da, da. Indeed, Chaotic. How you doing?
I'm
Quick shout out to Cheems and Guardian Flash, so a couple of first-time chatters.
gonna go with Reese.
Reese. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. Da, da, da. Oh, happy DM days.
Oh no.
So nobody's written it in chat yet, so I'm gonna have to say it. Once the DM laughs, it's too late.
It's true.
Okay. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Roll me a d6, Reese.
That is a 6.
You are lucky. As Scuff's wild magic goes off, it seems to transport through the ether to you and Carolyn, hidden away inside, and you are compelled to cast a cantrip. You cast Prestidigitation, and the sixth possibility of the various effects listed is that you create a non-magical trinket that will fit in the palm of your hand until the next turn, so you do not set off a shower of sparks or loud noises.
Oh boy.
Reese just looks at the a D6 in his hand and just kind of rolls it across his fingers and into his palm and then pockets it. Where assumably it vanishes.
6 seconds later it vanishes, yes.
Yeah.
And the guards march forward, and Ninia again stands up, wiping her forearms and hands. Officers, what is it? Can you hear them, talking about the explosion and the investigation they're doing? And she's like, yes, I will accompany you, of course, but you are welcome to look. And they march off with her towards the building to the east of her house, and you see them, you hear them inside there searching around and looking around inside there, and then they go inside the windmill and then to the building in the south, and then they come back.
At the point where they go to the south, Scuff will slink away.
Where to?
South, past the trees, and get into one of the tree areas and hide within the bushes.
Okay, make me a stealth check.
Will do. Don't fail me now, dice.
So did one of you use your crystal before?
I used one.
You did, didn't you? Didn't shift it.
That is a,
If anyone's got some dream pies saved up.
with disadvantage, a 16.
16. Okay, I rolled a 14, so you do manage to escape and hide unnoticed. And after they finished, after they finished searching that southern building, they come marching back up through the farm. You see that the two sons are kind of tailing behind them again, and they come towards the house where Carolyn and Aris are, and Ninir says, "There is no need. I have been here all morning. No one has come in or out. There is just the one door. The windows are still shuttered, you can see. We do so until the afternoon, and the shadow is keeping the heat out." And I'm gonna roll. I should roll in chat so everyone can see. So, this is her deception. A 10.
Ooh.
And this is their intuition.
Oh.
An 8. And they look. She's like,
Natural one.
they raise up their hands. Okay, we just trying to be thorough. And she's like, and we appreciate your hard work always. Some water before you head back to the road? They kind of look around. I suppose just a cup, yes. You don't have any wine? Apologies, sorry. And they knock back a cup of water. And they look at the numerous cups on the table. Did you have guests? And she's like, oh, some of the farmhands were on their break just before. Don't worry, they're out there gathering the grain. It shall be delivered on time. Very well. Make sure you do not miss your quota. Of course. And they march out through the gates. Where'd that bloody mercenary go? I guess the pay wasn't high enough. And they march out up the trail, dust rising up off their booted feet. And they meet up with the others that come in and filter in from the other areas, having found nothing either. And the group of them march back out towards the main road. And away. Ninir, after a safe time, calls to you, Kaelin and Reese. They're gone.
Thank you for that.
If you're to be of any use, you do need to be alive.
And not
Very
dead.
true.
Have you been blowing things up in the shantytown?
But us.
Deception check. Say again?
I don't know what's right with my die today, but that is another natural 20. For
Holy
26.
Well, that's plenty. She only got a 2. She's like, perhaps you have other allies?
Of course.
There is nothing naturally explosive in the shanty. Well, as I said, you make contact with Hilagapus. Maybe a little side trip to the library. And tell my cousin to shift his big fat arse and give me a call.
You know, I do rather love books. The library sounds good.
And she nods. Well, to a brighter future? And you Scuff, you see Carolyn and Reese starting to leave.
Scuff will get up and head over there.
Okay.
Like, yeah, nothing happened. No, it's fine.
You guys see Scuff emerge from a bush.
Nature calls, Scott?
Lady.
You were so lucky with that wild magic surge. Like nothing happened from Scuff, like right next to the Jedrix, and then it was a harmless effect for Reese.
Yep. So like it.
It's great.
Hello. Are you done in there?
Quite enlightening.
Good. I assume your business went well.
I'd say so.
Do you?
We have our next
still not.
destination.
Sorry. Do you loop through the farmland and round to the west gate?
Of course.
Whereabouts?
Gotta be careful.
Do we know where the library is on the map?
2 seconds.
Would we need to check in with our Dampier friend for directions?
I think the time you spent here, or you can ask people in town. It is. Da-da-da-da. Sorry, just searching through here.
I think probably at this point, like with the heat of the day now hitting, Kaelin takes her hat off, puts it in the bag of holding,
Yes.
and undoes a few buttons on the top of the top, and then we'll also pull some little tags off that are just below her knees
Yes.
and turn the trousers into shorts.
Noted.
Convertible.
That outfit
We could always
gets
just
better and
ask.
better.
We could just ask Kalantha. Kalantha might know.
She does know every inch of the town.
Every nook and
That's true.
cranny. Besides, it's been a while since we talked to her.
Yes. I wonder if Luce and Arias are still asleep.
Knowing them, they're probably blowing something up and the others had down.
Is it kind of bad that we blew something up without them? Like, usually that's what they're doing.
Nah, they'll probably just get jealous.
I thought we said we were going to stop being silly.
Everybody
never
has
stop
an
being
off
silly
moment.
using hair.
The library is at the school. There's one school here. It's this number 12. Yeah, this large building. Okay, so yep, you loop round through. Have a relatively pleasant stroll. Sorry, Scuff. I was hoping you were going to get to use your cane there and intimidate the guards there. But,
Oh, I'm waiting for the good moment.
and you wind up round at the western gate, which, whilst the guards are not like nonchalantly leaning on the gates anymore or anything, they're standing to attention and asking simple questions to everybody coming and going. You make your way through and without too much trouble, and back into the streets there. Are you going to head straight to the library?
Of course.
Okay. This place has been pointed out to you by your patrons here in the city, in the town, and you know that it is the. Let's get that echo is coming through again. It's definitely coming from somewhere. It's weird. Hey, Guardian Flash, good luck. And yes, it is the Scoleo Cephalas. And you were told that it is the only school that once belonged to the Cephalas family, but the state bought it from the family. And the head of the family was instructed by the lords to accept the offer to avoid a conflict with the government. Children from the ages of 7 to 14 are taught there on general things like mathematics, languages, geography, etc. And there is a large library which is open to the public, run by the elderly librarian, a friendly gentleman called Astalachius Elopilus. Easy for me to say. Yeah, let me put that in chat for you.
Yeah, there's no way I was going to spell that one right.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
There you go. Everyone, this area of the Forgotten Realms was populated long ago by a group called the Emascari, by Greeks and Egyptians taken from Earth to the Faerun region, which is why there are all the Greek influences here. And Egyptian gods as well. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Lots of people in. Nice to have you. We play lots of D&D here. Give us a follow. Jump into the Discord. Jump into the giveaway. We're drawing a lucky winner at the end. We'll see you soon. Okay, so you head on over there and you do see, nestled among the trees, as we can see on the map there, the large... Hey, thanks, Guardian Flash. We're nearly at 1.6k now. Oof. Just a few off. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. You do see the glistening waters of the Methmere out beyond the edge of the buildings there. This is kind of a nice residential area. It's on the lake shore, but it's not docks or anything. And yeah, you see the large green-roofed building with the school classrooms and things in the front, and then the larger circular library building towards the rear. Please, be my guest.
Well, this looks fabulous, actually. I might actually see if there's anything worth a read while we're here.
I'm sure the librarian will have recommendations for us.
I wonder what their protocol is on texts that may contain materials thought unruly.
I would be surprised. State run. Remember to state run. So, you make your way through the colonnaded entrance and into the dark interior, and there is a clean but simple, large flagstone floor, and Carolyn, that unmistakable, wonderful smell of tomes and tomes of books.
It's probably the biggest smile that you've seen her have on her face right now.
Inky looks disappointed. Oh.
Oh, Inky, you're always special to me.
And you see at the front, with a large armful of books, like 10, 11 books, like in the crook of his arm, reaching up and putting one on a high shelf from standing, not using a stepladder or anything. A very large, gentle-looking, bald-headed man in simple robes and sandaled feet. There we go. Oh, good day. Oh no, you're not students. Are you looking to take something out? The catalogues are there, and he points to an array of those small card index drawers, wooden drawers.
Oh, I'd absolutely browse, that's for sure. Sorry, I'm new in town, just looking to meet the local knowledgeable sort, shall we say. I had your name recommended to me. Is it Astalachius?
Ah, you have me at an advantage, my lady. Yes, I am Astalachius Elopilus, librarian, humble librarian.
Oh, it is an absolute pleasure.
Still lifting a lot of books?
Well, we wouldn't be much of a library if we did not, huh? Is there a particular topic you are looking to research?
Local history would be interesting.
Oh, plenty of that.
I think probably the more recent history as well. Do you think?
Yeah, definitely. Like recent 50 or so years.
Certainly.
No, I might be interested in a little bit further than that. Any?
I mean, I'm just interested in everything. But my
Yeah.
father was a librarian too, so I'm a bit biased.
Oh, splendid, splendid. So I can trust you to roam the shelves by yourselves and not make a mess, huh?
Definitely.
Just,
No
just
messes.
comes wandering over like this massive, like kind of like Hagrid-looking sized fella, but just not without the hair on the head or the beard, just a big shiny bald head. Well, if you need help, just give me a shout. You'll be able to hear me somewhere in the shelves. To put these back. Oh, this one's all the way over the other side. Stumbles, that's wrong. Shuffles off towards the opposite side. Still, an impressive sight, despite his age.
So I will probably say telepathically to Reese. I'll let you talk to Astalacius. There's just something that I want to try and find here. It's probably nothing, probably a dead end, but just a personal query.
Of course.
Scuff, you also kind of look as the librarian walks away, and there's definitely something to his gait, the way he walks, that's got some training to it.
Mm-hmm.
And it is much more powerful than most his age.
Looks intimidating
Mhm.
in a way.
Sure. As Nania said, much too large for a librarian.
I'm very curious of this man. He seems well trained, and despite his age, he seems very intimidating.
Perhaps you can make a connection with him.
Maybe. I also would like to know some of this place. A question about the local history isn't just about the Jidricks and all that, but the place itself. Though I can wait till after we've taken this place back. It's not like the books are getting up and moving or anything.
Well, they might be. You never know when
Well,
history
yeah.
becomes restricted.
Considering Carolyn's hair, they might just, all become sentient and fly off somewhere.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Shh.
Inky's pages rattle threateningly. He's like, get in. Let me at him. I've given him so many paper cuts.
I'll see you.
Now, later, darling.
So, who's going to talk to Astalucius and Karen, what are you looking for?
So, Karen, thinking that it's going to be a fruitless search, but she cannot help the curiosity. She's going to look through like the little catalogs, the little binder things. I forget the term. She's going to look for anything containing any of the phrases such as Kalashtar, Quarry, or Ashdai. And it's probably going to find nothing, but she's going to look anyway.
Roll me an investigation check. With advantage from the card library, from the card system.
Investigation at advantage. That's a natural 19 for a total of 24.
Nice. It's not much, but it needed a high roll to find even this. There are 2 instances of a female with a name ending in Ashdai mentioned.
Kellen's over here, control Fing the entire library, just searching.
I will definitely want to read up about that then.
Googling.
So yes, whilst you're reading, Scuff, Reese.
Reese was going to search for any history related to ocean cults for Luce.
Okay. Again, an investigation check with advantage from the Dewey Decimal System.
Investigation is not as good as perception. That's a 17.
Okay. You find a decent amount of talkings of Umberly, the chaotic, evil goddess of the sea, and large bodies of water in general. It mentions how, sailors in the region, even here away from the ocean, do pay homage to her if they're out on the lake for any length of time. And if there is a particularly valuable cargo being delivered across to one of the cities on the far side, then an offering is definitely made to not incur her wrath. And on a sidebar, there are some sightings and some folk stories of things that sound like Sokoaguin. And even a mention of something that sounds like that chul that you fought. The large lobster claw, mantis-looking thing.
Anything? What's the, I guess, most recent activity for any of those sightings?
It's not really a records library.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's more academic and fun and fictional texts.
Okay. No.
So it's more kind of folk stories that you see.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you.
You do find an entire tome dedicated to Old Bitey.
Is it written by that fisherman?
No. It's an ancient tome. This is a mythic beast that has plagued the Methmere for many, many, many decades.
Old Bitey.
I don't know. It could have been an old fisherman.
So, Scuff.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
What my friends came here for knowledge and books.
Best
And
reason.
other reasons to come here.
Oh. I see. You're looking to sign up for our classes. Yes, then you too can read these wonderful tomes.
In a way, yes.
Okay,
Sure.
they do not happen here. It is at the house of a retired professor, Professor Olaria. She runs the classes.
Yes, classes. I was thinking about a different type of classes, not a reading type of classes.
Oh, do not worry. Everyone can learn to read. Do not be afraid.
I know how to read, my good sir.
Oh, no, then you do not need to need the professor's help. Yes.
Yes. I came here to see you. Specifically, to inquire about something.
A place of inquiry, indeed. Please.
You seem out of place in the library. Big and muscly. Definitely carry yourself with the gist of a warrior source. At least a trained fighter.
I like to keep active.
Someone of stature.
Kind words, but I'm afraid flattery will get you nowhere.
No, I assume so. But you seem to know about things. And
Hey.
You might happen to know about the old Jedricks.
He turns across the aisle between the two bookshelves on either side, and the lights from the far windows and door towards the front foyer area is blotted out. And his massive frame is just filling the walkway.
Scuff swallows, like, kind of like audibly, as the guy is intimidating. He's large.
You wear the armor, but you are not local.
No. Well, not here, at least. I traveled from far away, and, well, I've traveled with people who have helped me get a different view on life and society and people around.
I am a busy man. Perhaps you should tell me why you are here, and here, as we are in the non-fiction section. Try to
Indeed.
be as truthful as possible.
We are trying to establish a fort, a stronghold, to fight against these Jedricks, these mercenaries, this oppressive regime.
His eyes go wide. Okay. Maybe not so straightforward. He looks like this is a library after all. Shh. Shh.
There was no invasion.
This massive meaty hand just kind of slaps you on the shoulder.
Perhaps you should take a class.
Perhaps
And-
it should.
After luncheon, perhaps join one of the afternoon classes at Professor Olario's.
Where would this be?
And he explains.
I'll be there.
Yeah, he explains where it is. So, Alaria, sorry.
And Carolyn.
That's it. Is there anything else? Do we finish everything?
If there's anything further I can gauge from those, I've seen that there's 2 records.
Oh yes.
Is there anything?
So yeah, you find the books while this is all happening. There's a strange moment when the bookcase you're looking at, you can hear Scuff and the other guy's voice on the other side. The whole bookcase kind of like shifts, like as if it's been bumped into by something large, but there's no sounds of trouble. And you find the books, and one of them is a collection of folk stories from centuries ago. And the person mentioned with the ending Ashtai, let's see. Dionashtai. Dionashtai was apparently a legendary huntress.
Ooh.
And there is a collection of short stories about her expeditions into the mountains of this region before it was called Chessenta, and the mythical beasts that she slew.
Amazing.
The other, after you dig it up, is relatively more recent, but still a good while ago. And it is talking of a magistrate. And this magistrate helped implement various laws that brought about a greater
amount of justice and legality to the burgeoning systems of government and people that we're developing. It's in a history book of the region. So, it seems your quarry has had a varied past.
Is there a name for that one as well?
Yes.
I will make you work, John.
That's fine. I have. Luckily, the fantastic fantasy name generators page has all the different races. Also has Greek names. So that's good. Let's go with Isidashtai.
Ooh.
What did I say for the first one?
You said Dionyshtai.
Oh, that's right, because it was like Dionysus. That's right.
Yeah, so however long we're in the library for, she'll just try and read it through it as quickly as possible and try and memorize as much as possible.
Okay, and these two people are centuries apart. And Isidashtai was a good 150 years ago. So
Fascinating.
glimpses of your line. Okay. Scuff, how do you look as you emerge from the shelves?
Scuffy looks extremely stressed, kind of sweaty, and is like, I'm not as smooth as Kalen.
Or as smooth as Astalicious' head. Sorry.
I'll rejoin the others.
Okay.
So, how did it go?
Well, afternoon visit to a reading club is our next goal.
Interesting.
I mean, I do like reading.
Okay. So, are you going to spend a few hours kind of resting, maybe dropping back to Phoenicus's and then go to the professor's house?
Yes, because you said after luncheon, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's probably a safe bet.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it doesn't specify where the professor's is, but I'm going to say it's like one of these ones right here next to the school.
Cool.
So let's say it's this red roofed one here, with the single chimney one there, next to the pillar rock there with the temple on top. Okay, so yeah, you make your way across. Are you going to go to town or just hang out here by the lake? It's nice. It's a nice district. You haven't really been up in this part of town yet.
We can go get lunch.
Nice spot.
We got some money now, so we can get lunch and enjoy some eating out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Support local businesses.
I think they have the equivalent of the balak ekmek, the sardine sandwiches from Turkey, which look fantastic. So they have fish sandwiches on flatbreads.
What do you guys say? So get some meat.
I could definitely eat.
Sounds good.
Is there anything you'd like to talk about over your lunch there, or are you going to head to the professor? Hey, Phantom.
I'm in two minds because there's
Perfect.
because I realised that Karen hasn't actually opened up to the group about why she was like meditating for 4 days, essentially. The group has like no idea about any of that.
Nope.
But I kind of want to save that for when we're all here because.
Fair enough.
So yeah, I think I was gonna, but I think we'll cross that bridge.
Sure.
When we're all together.
Okay.
You know, if we take control over this place at some point, The market square, it really isn't a square, is it? Can we rename it? Is it like the market triangle or market cone or something?
It kind of looks like a cloud, I think. The market cloud.
Definitely not a square.
Hmm. Maybe it used to be, and they got rid of some of it for the houses.
Or
Maybe.
added to it with the little extra outer edges.
Yes.
That could
I mean,
be.
it's either that or we call it the market kind of square, but not really a square.
In fairness, it's called the Tetragon. That's its actual name. It's referring to what it kind of is as a purpose.
That's it. How many signs does a tetragon got?
Tetragon.
Tetragon.
Tetragon. Yes.
That doesn't have a good ring to it either.
The market wobble.
Market wobble, I like that.
That's it. First thing we're sorting when we get this place. Start with the important stuff.
Look. Scuff has his priorities straight.
Yeah, Reese just looks like, wow, I'm learning so much right now.
I will say though, friends, I've not really been on my game as of late. There's a lot I would like to speak to you about and context required, but I think Arius and Luce deserve to hear it as well. But I will say that I am trying to do better.
Oh, other
I'm
than
a little-
fainting at.
I'm still a little delicate, but you know, I'm working on that. I have some ideas. I really do think though we can do good here.
Other than
we can do
fainting
this.
at these strange centipedes. You should be doing well.
Great. Hey, Brad.
So
For
you
a split
convince
second,
everyone.
for a split second after hearing centipedes, Kaelin immediately looks like, where?
You seem to be.
Wasn't gonna bring those up.
I'm always going to bring this up. You seem to be very convincing and talk well. And Reese, your crowbars come in handy more times than I can care to count these days. I
I
think
do have my uses.
we're well matched. Everyone has their uses.
Well, I'll drink to that. Whatever drink we have currently, I'm not sure what this is.
I think you have one of those cool, like you get in the Mediterranean. There's like round bottles with the wicker basket, around the bottle of the wine.
Mm.
Yeah, nice
I
cheap,
like this one.
nice cheap red. You knock that back and finish your food, and stretch up off the bank of the lake there, and make your way over to the house of the professor. So
I just thought of something we should have looked up in the library. We'll come back another time.
sure.
Yep.
What was it so that I could write it down?
See if there's any records of Tamim.
Yep. But it wasn't a record library. It was a fictional and
Yeah,
non-fictional.
we would need to look
source.
up.
Like City
Well,
Records.
we need to just
Yep.
sneak over to City Records and break in again.
Okay, so yeah, you head to Carolyn, the Okairi edition. Okairi Carolyn. That means welcome back, Carolyn. Welcome back to your crystal. I guess. Thank you, Robert.
Thank you, Robojax.
Okay. Some draconic enchant. So, you make your way towards this unassuming, well-appointed townhouse here, nestled beneath the sides of the cliff leading up to the temple grounds above. It's just huddled up against the rock face there. You're gonna ring the little bell at the start there, at the front?
Definitely say so.
Yes. Let's
Okay.
do so.
You see a kind of So I'm doing all the Harry Potter references today. Kind of Professor McGonagall-looking, like old lady with a button-up top, like quite high up the neck, and a hair in a tight bun, and a small pair of round glasses perched on the nose. Ah. Yes, might I?
You're a professor, I assume.
Yes. And did they teach you to interrupt people when they're talking? Just wraps you across the knuckles with a ruler.
Yes.
Well, you've had terrible teachers. Are you
Yes,
here?
that's why I'm here.
Are you here to put that right? Oh,
Yes.
I should hope so.
After your Harry Potter reference, I'm half expecting it to just be like, why is it whenever the Jedrick guards are running around, it's always you three?
Yep. And she's like, so, you're here for the reading classes?
Yes. Yes, we are.
Well, looks like it might have my work cut out for me, but yes, why not?
Oh, don't judge a book by its cover too quickly.
I like the book reference.
Oh, we're going to get along swimmingly, darling.
Darling yourself, floozy. She kind of steps aside. You should call me Mom.
Yes,
Or
ma'am.
Lead the way.
Professor will
Well,
fit too. And she steps inside. And once you're off the street, Scuff, do you say anything?
Yeah, as soon as we're off the street, I'll look to her and say, we were sent here by the librarian for special teaching.
Ha! I suppose that explains your oafish attitude. I see. Well, this way then. And she locks the door behind her and flips a little sign over to closed. And she leads you through this front room, which is kind of a small classroom looking area with various desks and inkwells and quills. Everything all there to teach reading and writing. They do seem to do legitimate literacy classes here. And hey, Dave. And she leads you through to a door on the side, which has, when it opens, you see stone steps leading down to what must be a cellar. And she leads you down, lighting a torch at the entrance. Mind your step. And looking, Reese, are you the tallest? Probably.
Right now, 5'9"-ish.
Right now. Just for now, yes. Okay, she said, and mind your heads too. Especially with the horns.
Oh, Reese
No,
doesn't have
no,
horns.
that wouldn't be when they-
Reese is currently a ginger half-elf with blue eyes.
Weasleys.
So we got Hermione, fucking Ron, and I guess I'm Harry Potter then at that point.
And you, she leads you down into the cellar, and again, she unlocked the door to the steps as well, and down the bottom there's nothing, and there's some crates, there's like an old standing mirror with a dust cover over it leaning up against the wall, and a large, kind of fairly beat up looking wardrobe, and she's like, well then I suppose I'll wish you good luck. And she opens up the wardrobe, and you see that there is no back to the wardrobe, and there is no wall behind it. And there is a roughly dug tunnel, about 7 feet tall. It's a good size and decently wide, and it goes through the short distance between this and the cellar of the house next door. And she gestures for you to head in, and you crouch your way through. Who goes through first?
I think I'll go through
Go
first.
for
I'm
it.
curious.
Oh, okay.
Junkin. Rock, paper, scissors.
Let's go.
So yeah, you step in and kind of curiously make your way through this kind of cool interior here. With
We're going to Narnia.
No fur coats, sorry. And you make your way through, and you can see it opening into a cellar on the other side. But that cellar has a sand floor and various looking like training equipment things littered around from what you can see from within the tunnel. And as you step out, there is a large, naked from the waist up, muscly back and a bald head. And as they turn to face you, glistening with sweat, you see the very muscled torso of Astalucius.
Well, well, well. Turns out I was right.
I'm sorry?
You're not just a librarian, are you?
Haha. Astalucius?
As Lucius, yes.
My brother is a librarian. I am the talent. And now, you fight Astalucius.
Well, you look like him. Sorry. You guys look alike.
We are twins. It is all right. And we do not go out in public together.
Ah, it's convenient.
The city believes that there is just the one of us, which allows us to do our work here.
Indeed.
Astalucius said you were coming.
I bet it did.
What is it you seek?
Well, I'll let Carolyn explain.
We are seeking people who have had enough. People who decided, you know what, we've put up with this for long enough now, hiding in cellars. People who want to fight.
Splendid. And he slams his fist into a training dummy on the side. Rolls his massive shoulders. That is what we are doing here. We are training to be ready.
So my next question would go something like this. How would you like to use some of that skills, some of those skills that you've developed with your rather large exterior as the proof, in, let's say, acquiring a certain fort in town?
Go on.
Well, you see, well, I don't want to name any names, but there's a certain group of individuals that seem to think they run this town, but we both know that that's not true, is it? Mirth is a town full of people, and the people always prevail no matter what, even if it takes years. Would you agree with me on that?
That sounds along the right lines, yes.
And all it takes is the right people in the right place at the right time. So say we were able to present that opportunity for someone such as yourself to be in the right place at the right time. You do what you do best, we do what we do best, and mirth is returned to the people.
My brother and I will lend our strength to the right cause. Prove yourselves, and you have us. Also, I should punish you for such flagrant plagiarism.
Good heavens.
So, who of you can take this on?
I mean, like a fist fight or?
No. Good traditional Chessenta wrestling.
Oh.
Reese just looks at Scuff immediately.
I mean, I would love to, and I'm sure it'll be a fun time. But I'm feeling a bit off it today in regards to the wrestling. More of a reader anyway. I mean, I could do some things, but not quite fighting. And I'm rambling, aren't I? Scuff.
Scuff's already like taking off pieces of metal armor here and there, getting ready. He knew this was coming.
Massive meaty hand just like shoves Carolyn to the side.
I
Right.
consider casting a spell on him for that. But I don't do it.
It's gentle.
Well, let's give it a shot, shall we?
Okay, my little friend. Are you ready?
One quick
I
thing.
am.
Yes.
Scuff, what's your AC?
Without the armor and stuff, it wouldn't be too high. It'll be a 13.
Okay. I'm gonna go over and I'm gonna pat Scuff on the back, say, "You've got this," and I'm gonna cast Mage Armor on Scuff. So now your AC is 13. 13 plus your Dex.
Okay, I would also like you to roll me a D100, please. And Scuff, you too.
Ooh.
We have those wild magic surges from Troll Lord games in the barrel.
That's a
Holy
45.
Oh my god. I need to take a picture of this. Hang on. I rolled
You
a
get
1.
100?
I rolled a 1 and a 100 on D100.
Is that like instant death? Or you
No.
explode with a fireball or something?
I don't know. It could be.
Good use, Scuff.
I think.
You said a 45?
Yeah, 45.
For the next minute, all of your attacks that hit count as criticals.
Oh my. Oh. Woo.
Now, a critical can also be non-lethal, so just putting that out there. And a 1 on the wizard table.
That can't be good. It can't be good.
Oh wow. Roll
Oh no.
roll a d20 in chat.
Roll a D20
Uh-oh.
in chat.
In
no.
Twitch, in Twitch chat.
Oh no.
Oh no, what have I done?
Oh,
Wait, no, I didn't do
bad.
this.
Troll Lord Games. This is exclamation roll and then space 20.
Oh,
This is bad. 17.
A 17. Okay. If you had rolled a natural 20, you could have cast Wish.
Oh no!
So a 1 on a d100 and then a natural 20 on a 20 will get you that.
God damn it.
See Karen just trying to trigger wild magic surges as much as possible. I want another go.
So does nothing happen otherwise?
I'm afraid not, sorry.
No, I'll take that because I was expecting like, oh, you immediately fail 2 death saves or something.
Yeah.
No. Roll a d20. If you roll a natural 20, you cast Wish. So, Scuff, the mage armor is given to you, and you feel emboldened by the magic. It makes you stronger, more deadly, and you start to circle around each other. The music's too good. You start to circle around each other on the sand, the torchlight flickering, glistening off these 2 muscled, sweated bodies.
Weapon or no weapon?
This is wrestling. We do not deal with blades.
No weapons with you. Just gonna throw the club, the staff, the cane to the side and get ready.
Okay, let's roll initiative. Also, I like how the big sweaty half naked one's called Astelicious.
That's delicious.
Astelicious and Astelicious.
It's Astelicious, not Astelicious.
10. Okay.
10.
I only got 7, so you go first.
Oh. Scott's gonna do a quick one, trying to dash in and sweep his legs quickly.
Hey, Celeste, good to see you again. Okay, go.
Give me a. You want to attack on that or?
Yep, very good. Make an unarmed attack.
Will do. Ooh. That's a 6.
Oh dear. Okay, so you go for the legs, and as you do, he just sweeps down with a massive whoosh of the hand and just like palms you off to the side, using your momentum from the dash to sidestep and push you into the sand. Make a dexterity saving throw.
With a 16, he feels the sand beneath him as he grinds to a halt, getting back into a defensive position.
Yes, as you go swinging by Astelicious, you feel a massive palm on your back, but you are able to avoid being knocked prone. And he turns and he goes to grab you, and he tries to grapple you. Make me an athletics or acrobatics check. I'm rolling like shit today.
That's a 17.
Okay, I got a 7. So, was that acrobatics or athletics?
That is a athletics check.
Athletics. Okay, so yeah, he grabs onto your arm and starts trying to pull you in closer, but you just wrench yourself free and go.
He's going to acrobatics to get around, trying to get onto the giant man's back, trying to grapple his arms backwards.
Roll for it.
That is a 19.
Nice. Yep, you managed to swing up onto the guy's back, and he's like just like trying to rev up. He's going to try and grapple you again, but with disadvantage because you're up on his back.
Mm-hmm.
So roll athletics or acrobatics.
Yeah. 21.
14. So you did better, but yes, you just can't quite reach. He's got that muscly guy problem where he can't reach back properly. It's like,
I can't. You're up there.
And he does not manage to grab you. And what do you do?
Being on the giant's back, having a good grip, he's gonna try to pull both the arms and push backwards with his legs, trying to basically leap backwards, pulling his arms.
Okay.
I'm assuming athletics on this.
Yes.
16.
Okay. Only a 13 from him. So you managed to pull his arm back as he was trying to wrench you off his
Both
back.
arms, yeah, like
Okay, yeah, you
basically
pull.
wrenching him back.
So you kind of like got him in is it a full Nelson? I don't know the term. Sorry. You got the arms back.
I'm not sure if the arms will be long enough, but definitely grabbing both arms as he's trying to grab me and like pulling him back.
Yeah, then you just use your body weight just to pull back
Yeah.
and make him fall on you, basically. And you both go to the ground. Okay, and he's going to try and escape that. Make athletics check.
Yeah.
Oh no! Don't you bring that chaos around here, pirate. Patch, what have you done? You've brought chaos muffins from the beyond.
That's a 9.
It's fair. A 9? Oh, I got a 12. So, as you fall back and you have him you have his arms pinned and lying on the ground, he does manage to slip out of your grasp and turn on you. What do you do?
How large is he? He's large, but how large?
He's not large-sized. He is a large, medium creature.
Okay.
He is human.
As he just gets around, just turns towards Scuff. Scuff will bring his legs in and curl them in as he tries to push against the person's upper body, trying to throw them back onto their back.
Okay, excellent.
Let me see.
I like to think that me and Kaelin and Reese are just sat there eating popcorn.
Yeah.
14.
14. Sorry, 17 on my end.
Ooh.
So he just, you just like bunch your legs up and push, but just meets a brick wall of a man. He's just like,
Yep.
nice try, but I've seen that trick from every Dredrick I ever met. And just reaches out with one massive hand to grab you. You're still lying on the ground. I got a dirty 20. How'd you go?
17.
17. Okay. He reaches down and grabs you, and pulls you up into a big bear hug, basically, and starts to squeeze.
Can Reese call out like a cheer, like "Come on, Scuff, you got this," and inspire him?
Sure.
Sure. Scuff is going to try to flip his legs up to grab on to his head with his legs and like kind of pin them around.
Okay. So you try to swing around. Do acrobatics for that.
That good old rogue inspiration.
And I'm going to use inspiration on this too, just to make sure it lands. That's a 1d4, right? There's a d6.
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 Next way.
So that's a 21 total.
Oof. Okay. So yeah. So sorry, what are you trying to do again?
He's trying to. He's being lifted up by his neck. So he's going to try to swing his body up and grab his head with his legs and and lock them.
Yeah, nice. So yeah, with over a 20, you manage to swing back. You swing out once and then swing back in and use the momentum. Bring your legs up, lock them round his neck, and pull your ankles together. This is it. He has you in a bear hug. You have your legs wrapped around his neck. It's going to be a straight, contested athletics. Yours versus mine to see who blacks out first.
Indeed. 18, my dude.
That's an 11.
Oof.
As you're... Don't mess with Scuff's thighs.
Scuff's thighs, thick as they are, squeeze and crush.
Power word
as he's
thick. It's been a while.
Slowly released.
How thick.
Power thick happening today.
Squeeze, and the arms of this massive man become crunching stronger and stronger. Karen and Reese, you're quite worried. You just see Scuff almost being engulfed by this massive man. It's just like squeezing the life out of him, well, the consciousness out of him. But you do see him stagger, and one foot goes back across the sand, and he kind of looks like his eyes are kind of like rolling up in his head a bit. His Scuff is choking them out faster than the bear hug is doing its trick, and goes down to one knee, and still Scuff squeezes and holds on tight despite the pain in his ribs, and eventually the giant man gives you a massive tap out on the back and releases you. What do you do, Scuff?
Scuff releases and then probably fall into the ground. Try to catch himself as he falls.
Yeah, just let yourself go, and he just puts a massive fist onto the sand and is down on one knee still. He's like, formidable.
You're strong.
As are you.
You fight.
And he reaches out a hand to do the forearm to forearm, and just hauls you up as he stands up back onto his feet. You have forced Astalicius to his knees, and as such, we shall help you bring the fort to its knees.
Good.
And
your assistance will be much needed.
that is a nice place to finish, I think. And
Indeed.
just coming up on time there. Lots of progress made there. We have made contact with the farmers.
Finally! I've been pushing for the farmers this entire time, and finally we did it!
You have made contact with the underground training facilities that are here. This is in the module as well. with this tunnel between the professors and there, because the people coming and going for the writing classes hides the fact that they're actually coming in and out and training. And they do it during the day, so everyone knows that Astalicius is at the library, so there's nobody in the house there. And because they don't know about Astalicius.
Yep.
So, you have some new allies ready to help you. And you are poised to set certain wheels in motion, I'll warrant. And perhaps the fall of Mirth is not too far distant. Now, a massive thank you to everyone that's joined us. A huge chunk of people in all the way through, and without any raids as well. Thank you so much, everyone. Absolutely spectacular. Thank you for all of the subscriptions and the follows as well. I'm curious. Quick check. How close to 1.6 did we get? Probably not quite yet. Although the web page is, if you look at it on your computer in a computer browser, it's generous and rounds up. If you look on a phone, it's not. Curiosity. Consequences are incoming, I suppose. How are we doing here? So close. Probably, just 9 away. Fantastic.
Getting so close.
So close. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for all the support. Absolutely means the world to us, and keeps all the lights burning and the adventures going here. So thank you for all the support always, my friends. And let us pay that back to one lucky person at least, and to others in the form of discount codes and the like. So let us say goodbye to these 3 lovely people and talk to them first. If you're not already, jump in the giveaway, my friends! ! Enter for your chance to win a fantastic one-shot location to play as a one-shot or drop into your campaigns from the fantastic CZRPG. ! Enter in chat. We'll draw the winner at the end of our goodbyes here. Scuff! When you're not wrestling half-naked men in cellars, where can people find you in the material plane?
In the material plane, you can find me upon this channel that I will post in chat.
Please do.
This guy here. On Saturdays, I stream Pathfinder. Right now, however, we are heading from the campaign I've been streaming the last couple of weeks to a campaign that I used to stream back in the days, and we are heading back into it for a massive boss battle, where the boss itself is one of our previous players' characters who's decided to take over their hometown and rule it with an iron fist.
Wow. Watch out, we don't like tyrannical rulers around here. Okay.
Oh no.
Thank you. Carolyn, your good self.
Hello, I have been Kellen Sturgrove, but in real life I have been Patch from QuestJunkiesUK. You can find me and that link in the chat. We play Dungeons and Dragons, a homebrew campaign of mine called the Rodani Chronicles, every Monday. And oh boy, it's been chaos the last few weeks, let me tell you. And little bits of emotion as well. You also see me on this channel. You'll in fact see me tomorrow. Same place, same time, but as a definitely different character.
Ayo.
As I will be playing Io, the Edgenasi monk who is from space? Not quite sure yet. I have to watch and find out.
Indeed, yes. And Reese, how about you?
Reese, Aelin, I sometimes draw art. I can be found here mostly.
Always a pleasure, my friend. Thank you. Okay, so you can find us adventuring again tomorrow, as Patch said there, as we return to the high seas. Our Radiant Citadel Spelljammer crossover. They have found the incarnate of the forgotten lost civilization, and using the incarnate, they are hoping to be able to find the crystal spaceship vessel that acts as the journeying vessel between the Radiant Citadel and its home civilization that has been cut off as the ship has been lost. And that Lost Civilization is apparently Patch's character's home world. So, hopefully they will be able to find that, as we are joined by the fantastic Talia. And also Vicky as well. Yes, thank you, Phantom. Oh, Vicky's on now. Ah, interesting. Cool. And we could go and raid into our other High Seas friends then, hopefully. See if anyone else is on. And... ooh, Evan's on too. Ooh, choices. Thank you, everybody. Okay, so that's tomorrow. Then, Sunday night or Monday morning, depending where you are in the world, we return for Session 2 of our new evil campaign, The Hunger of Ithrin, joined by the fabulous Jess of Uncaged Goddesses, Momo from A Minstrel's Tale, our own Josh and Mike, and the fantastic Maharishi as well. They will continue their attempts to secure a forward base before delving into the glacier and the forbidden secrets hidden beneath. But first they have to deal with Matt Colville's new beholder kin that is in his new Free Mortals book. So we'll see how they go with that. And then that brings us on to next week's games. Out of the Abyss, Homebrew Ravenloft with Barovia and Beyond, Wild Beyond the Witchlight, and then something special, as next weekend, Friday night, Saturday morning, depending where you are, we have Session 2 of our Dungeon Dash competitive D&D style Rift Raiders. Join me as I team up with my friends Dreaded GM, Chris of Carnyside Show, the Maharishi from our new evil campaign, and one other guest. I'm just waiting for a final confirmation, but an exciting addition to the team. The Phoenix UK team was the winner last time. Will we be able to defend our title and defeat whichever team our friends GM Workshop puts together, as my team races through on my channel and GM Workshop's team races through on his channel the same dungeon at the same time? Jump between the channels, throw wild magic surges in to hinder play, watch them battle through monsters and puzzles, and see which team finishes first to raid into the other and claim their victory. Now, that'll bring us to our good friends at Candlekeep Mysteries as well to round out the week. Lots and lots of exciting things happening. That's going to be Friday night at 9 PM Eastern, Newbie Goddess. Japanese time, 10 AM on Saturday. Hope you're able to join us for that. It's a really good time. The first one was incredible, and I cannot wait to jump in again. Okay, my friends, that is that. Let us wrap things up. I think, who was the last to jump in the giveaway there? Make sure we've got everybody in. Mai. Okay, thank you, Mai. Let's make sure that everyone's in. Yes, indeed. Okay, everyone, all the best for the giveaway. Good luck to you all. And I'm closing up those entries now. Okay, tonight's copy of CGRPG Goodies goes to... Ta-dang! Dutch Dungeons! Our friends, let's double check they're still in chat. Do you have to be logged in still? They are still logged in. Our friends, we missed out on raiding into them. They raided into us as we were trying to raid into them the other day. And hey, congratulations to them. I know that the product will be put to good use in their hands. They are a good DM and group of players over there. Congratulations indeed. Do not worry if you were not able to get the prizes today. There are plenty of opportunities. Especially tomorrow. The High Seas game is a special one. We not only have CZRPG goodies, but also Troll Lord games and Phoenix Dice goodies up for grabs. 3 lucky winners. So please do join us if you are able. And we shall return to Garden and Wild Space Beyond. Thank you, everybody. And a little sneak peek as well. Sorry, Patch, spoilers. They are going to get their own ship tomorrow. So let us see which ship they're going to go for in the port of Safe Haven on Garden. Okay, thank you, everybody. Time to get gone. So let's see who's on to go raiding into. Stick around, everyone. Let them know that the Odyssey sent you. If you're not already, jump into our Discord. Actually, let me shout out our giveaway sponsor there. CGRPG has a fantastic Patreon. Do check that out. Yeah, they're getting their own Spelljammer Rivaljacks. And Here are our socials if you want to get on Twitter or the VODs on YouTube. And, of course, last but not least, the Discord if you want to get the news, share your own projects, look to be a player, look for players for your games, and generally hang out with a nice bunch of people. Okay, so, everyone, there's all the links there. Thank you all again. Let us see who is on. Please do stick around for that raid. Let them know that you came from the Odyssey. Give them all a shout out. Yeah, I think we raided into Vicky recently. As we have, it's very rare that we actually overlap with Evan and get the chance to raid in there. He's the artist for our fantastic Wild Beyond the Witchlight art. So let us take the opportunity and raid over to the fantastic Evan Blair, a fantastically talented artist. Please do stick around, and a very nice chap as well, often lurking in our streams here. Okay, so thank you everybody. Quick word from our sponsors before we join that raid, so please stick around for that, just a minute or so. And then we will be heading over to raid into our friend there. But do enjoy the fantastic work of QuestJunkiesUK, our own patch here, as we will see you all again very, very soon. Stick around for that raid. If you've got them, let those phoenixes fly. But till next time, as we say around these parts, oyasumi nasai. Oyasumi nasai.
Oyasumi.